For a gun that is 40 plus years old, this gun that I've got is still in full working order and will still go on for another 40 years. Welcome back to the shooting channel, and welcome back to the Browning F1. I wanted to do this gun. This gun came in a week or so ago, and I thought it's one Browning that I have never ever done on this channel. Everyone thinks they are a B25. They are actually a 125. So they're a B125. The bits were built in Japan and bought Japan, and then they were shipped over to Belgium in Liège, which is where Fabrique Nationale is, which is where the home of Browning is, and then they were finished off and hand finished in the B25 factory in Fabrique Nationale. And this particular model has got, okay, this is an aftermarket pad, this isn't original pad. It's got very pretty piece of wood on it, which they came out with very pretty piece of wood on it. It's good to look at the pistol grip, because the pistol grips in those days were very, very small. Bearing in mind, this gun was built roughly between 1983 and 1984. So this gun is older than I am. Adjustable trigger. The pistol grips in those days were quite small. If you look at the pistol grip, a modern pistol grip, they were a lot bigger. So it just goes to show that people obviously had slightly smaller hands in those days, and that's what they wanted. It's got the Browning, the old Browning logo, and the F1, and I think they were trying to sort of go on the same par as the Formula F1, basically. I think that was their idea of this gun, because they built a lot of these. And I'm going to be honest, my mum, this is what she won. One of these is what she won all of her British titles and everything with. So they were, and the same with John Bidwell. He started with one of these. Again, it's got some wear and tear on there. It's got the three-piece forend, which is what the B25s all came with. And opens like that. I remember on one of my previous films, I explained all about the three-piece forend. It's got ventilated barrels, ventilated ribs. This particular one has got matte back barrels. Now, it just goes to show, I know matte back barrels are coming back into fashion now, but they were around in those days. And the same with matte back barrels, and the same with plain black engraving. If you look at the amount of guns that have got black plain engraving rather than actual engraving that are now, just goes to show that maybe the trends are coming back to what they were 40 years ago. This particular gun has been T-choked, and it has got a set of T-chokes. So to have a set of T-chokes being done then is actually quite a rarity, because it would probably have cost about £300 or £400 to have a set of T-chokes. If you look at the value of these sort of guns done up, this particular gun would probably go on the shelf for about between £1,000 and £1,500, depending on the quality of it. And back then, they would probably cost £2,000, £3,000, probably £2,000. Though they haven't actually lost that much money. So in another 20 years' time, is this going to be worth more than what you paid for it new 40 years ago? Comment below. Comment about investing into guns. Let's hear your thoughts. Has anyone ever had a Browning F1? What do you think? I'd love to hear your comments on it. Now let's have a shoot, and we can have a chat about the gun and what they're like, and then we can go from there. Pull. 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 So the one difference with this is it's very small here. That's the only thing I would say, which is what they've changed. If you see a B25 or a Browning now, it's a lot bigger in the hand, a lot bigger here. That's my only thing. This particular model is a 32 inch. They do come in 30 inch as well. I will say, back in those days, the wood to metal finish, if you look all around there, considering this is a 40-year-old gun plus, the wood to metal finish, they really had attention to detail. And you think all this was actually hand finished. Pull. Pull. And I'm using 24 gram Fiocchi TT1s, and there isn't a great deal of recoil on it. So they had a really great recoil resistant system back in those days as well. So this is the F1 Browning. Please comment below. Please comment on anything you feel, if you've ever shot one of these, if you ever want one of these. There's not that many out there on the market, because when this came in, I did some research on it, I had a good look on Gun Trader, and there are a few out there, but there's not that many. So I'd love to hear you. Did you start on an F1 Browning? Would you love to own an F1 Browning? Please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget, we will be at the shooting show, and we will be at IWA, and the Shooting Channel Championships is in here in February. So please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us to give you content like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.